the World Health Organization, and if you don't trust that, then just know that there's a lot of studies out there that say anything above 14% protein raises the risk of COVID mortality, which means you... And so that number isn't even accurate. Most people had no idea that number even exists because almost everyone on Earth is eating way more than that. And so if you want to think about trying different animal products that have less protein, if you ended up actually believing that less protein is better and you still wanted to consume animal products, the lowest ones are like sausage, bacon, and whatever, but those are averaging around like 30%. And the only amount, so those studies don't even go deep enough. Those studies don't even understand the true meaning of life as well. So you got to go deeper down the rabbit hole and find out that fruits are the only source of protein you need. And protein was just invented a couple hundred years ago, and it doesn't even really matter, because once you actually figure out that fruit is the only food for humans, you don't even have to worry about protein, because it's just in pretty much every fruit is adequate amounts of protein. And so 3% is the actual amount of protein you need. But for pregnant women, pregnant women need like 5% fat. But I know studies say that women need a lot more fat when pregnant, but it's not true. Anyways, so amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and protein is conglomerated amino acids. It's, imagine having super black thick oil when you have fresh pressed olive oil straight from the olive. Like, even though that stuff's unhealthy, but like, we're talking about like engines here. Protein is the black gunked up crap oil that's been thickened for like a long time. You don't want that in your body. It clogs your body. Your body is made of water. Like, we literally came out of the ocean. We evolved out of the ocean. We require water every single day. It's one of the most important things in our that the human body ever needs. And so to have put something in your body that is just this thick, viscous stuff, when you have veins and capillaries, your capillaries get down to like almost a few cells, because the oxygen in your blood gets smaller and smaller, like a plumbing system. You have the big tube, which is like your aortic valve, and then you have the smaller pipelines that go to the individual houses. And the individual houses are the capillary tubes that end up going in, like, exchanging oxygen into your cells. And protein clogs that shit up. You don't want that, because then there's thousands of problems that it causes, but this is the most, like, probably not the most, but this is a very visual or visceral type of example to give you, is that clogs up those capillaries. What do you need? Your cardiovascular system is the highway to transport nutrients and oxygen and water and all kinds of important stuff throughout all parts of your body. And when you clog that up, things can't function. They jam. You get a traffic jam inside your body. Not to mention amygdala hijacking your emotions and your brain. Your brain goes on alert. Your brain's on high alert since the day you were freaking born, because that's all you've known is this toxic crap. And that affects all of society. That affects the function of like everything on earth. Because humans are put into this mind state of I'm gonna perish. You're literally fight or flight all of your entire life. And no wonder you want to take a nap. No wonder you're exhausted at the end of the day after you're done working. No wonder you wake up wanting to have like 10 cups of coffee because you can't freaking function. No wonder you get upset at anyone and anything for any reason, because it triggers you so damn quick. Because you're stuck, your body's literally stuck, and you're constantly frustrated even though you pretend that you're not. And so, like when you sit on the toilet for more than 1 minute, more than 2 minutes, that should be a clear example that you're clogged up. Your body's not flowing. You got to sit there and you got to do this whole Lamaze process like you're giving damn birth. It's insane. Like, the most important book ever to be written, T.C. Fry's Life Sciences Health Systems, it's like 2,300 pages long, because he has to talk about so many damn examples and so many damn problems with every person on earth, basically, that it takes so long to explain that he had to write one of the longest books on earth, and it's the most valuable and most important book I've ever read in my life. This is the go-to book that I reference all the time, because there's 101 lessons in that book that talk about things from carbohydrates, fats, proteins. It talks about water, minerals, vitamins. It talks about nutrition, nutrients. It talks about fundamental physiological laws. It talks about the stages of disease. And these things may seem like, well, I could just read that in a nutrition book. You will never read that in a nutrition book. The details inside of those lessons will never be found in a nutrition book. Okay, there is a little bit of overlap. Like, there is certain parts of nutrition, few and far between, that actually like make some kind of sense, that is referenced. There's a lot of studies referenced in that book, by the way, which means it's a legit book. It's not some written by some kook, some fake doctor. No, people that are not allopathic. He considered himself a doctor back then, and allopathic doctors are not doctors. The word doctor is to cure, and cure is to heal, and to heal doesn't happen with allopathy, so they're not doctors. The only doctors are the actual people who know about nutrition and wellness, and those people will not be found in academia or scholastic works. Those people will be found referencing multiple studies from various fields, from various places, and doing their own scientific analyses that you have to be very intelligent to actually piece together. So this book, I actually made an audiobook out of it, because most people don't have the freaking attention span to even read books anymore. They go to Audible or something. And so this book, I think I was considering trying to get it onto Audible, but they actually don't accept alternative nutrition, or they have like some kind of problem with that. I should look into it again, but it's on YouTube right now. I have 22 lessons that I paid over $60,000 to a voiceover expert, and so it's on Life Sciences Health Systems YouTube channel. Listen to it; it's absolutely freaking free. And there's so much value in that. It's the most important thing on earth.